Well, this is how liberty dies, with thunderous applause. Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to my show. This is again one of those rare but maybe not so rare pre-recorded episodes now. And we are going to be dealing with, these short clips. I'm going to be doing a few of these of just alarming things and the absolute hypocrisy. Let's get this thing off. The absolute hypocrisy of the right. In before, yeah, but the left did it too. Of course, that's what makes it hypocrisy. If the right didn't complain about all of the same tactics used by the left that are now being used by them, it wouldn't be hypocrisy. It would just be garden variety authoritarianism. But do you remember? I remember, and I seem to remember that's how I ended up with pink hair, by the way, is my husband and I had some kind of bet at some point, and I really can't even remember exactly what it was, but for some reason I thought it was something to do with Obama wanting to seek a third term, and I was like, you're crazy pants, that's not gonna happen. Well, guess who's talking about seeking a third term? Let's watch this clip.
Now, the 22nd Amendment of the U.S. Constitution limits the number of times a person can be elected president to 2. So we asked Bannon, what is his strategy to get President Trump a third term in office? And we asked him if he's been in contact with President Trump about his desire to have him elected to a third term.
We're working independently, no contact with the president on this whatsoever, but I think that closer to 2020, the 2026 midterm will lay out our plans. But people should understand, we're going to come up with a plan that we're going to execute on. And President Trump is going to be the president in 2029.
Now, some may say that's just Steve Bannon, but of course you see also that Trump did not rule it out.
People are asking me to run, and there's a whole story about running for a third term. I don't know. I never looked into it. They do say there's a way you can do it, but I don't know about that. But I want to do a fantastic job.
In an exclusive phone interview, NBC's Kristen Welker asked the president about a possible scenario where Vice President Vance is elected with President Trump as his running mate, and then Vance steps aside. The president saying that's one method, but there are others too, saying he would not talk about them.
And something that we've noticed, well, there's two things. When things come directly out of his mouth, his supporters will go, well, that's just him. He's trolling. He's exaggerating. It's the art of the deal. I think it's the art of the running of the mouth recklessly.
Republicans telling reporters the president was not being serious.
I think he's probably having some fun with it, probably messing with it.
President Trump has repeatedly joked about a third term.
I think I'm not allowed to run again. I'm not sure. Am I allowed to run again?
But on Sunday, the president told NBC News, I'm not joking.
But we also know that Trump often floats his most, outrageous ideas through the mouths of other people in order to see how it's going to play out in Peoria. It should be absolutely horrifying, the confidence at which such a prominent right-wing influencer is saying that Trump is going to run for a third term. This is so reminiscent of we have to destroy the free market to save the free market. Yes, that's a paraphrase, but you get what I'm saying. All the caterwauling now about activist judges and no, you don't need due process, when that sort of thing might have been happening or definitely was happening under left-wingers. The right rightly called it out, but it just seems to be fine when it's them. And it truly is absolutely frightening. I actually do take it seriously that they are trying to think of a way for Trump to run for a third term. Now, the thing I think is most in the way of that is his age, because for them, the law be damned. And of course, for the left, the law be damned as well. But we see the envelope getting pushed further and further and further. Once something becomes thinkable, it becomes doable. And as I said in the beginning, we are seeing precisely how even the semblance of liberty in this country dies. Can you imagine? Can you just imagine if someone close to Obama had said that? So what could be the possible arguments that they're going to use? You know what? I hardly can fathom a guess. Maybe somewhere they're going to try to say that, well, it has to be consecutive terms. Or this is reparations for allegedly having 2020 stolen. Or, how some have speculated, perhaps Trump will run as VP with Vance as president. Now, maybe we will hear nothing about this again. But the fact that this just gets said, and the right is like, just when you think things couldn't get any worse. Now, just remember, those of you who might be applauding this, your side will not be in power forever. And you are going to see done to you exactly what is being done. An eye for an eye only leaves everyone blind. All right, everyone. Even on such a somber note, I hope you have an awesome day. And until next time, toodaloo.
You gotta take what you're given, that's how we live it. Don't be mad at the system, it's simply how we've existed. I hear a lot of people talking like they politicians and choose to be an accountant because it's safe in the business, not because they want to